Now, ever since the protests started out in the different parts in the U.S., the bigger question that is still in people's minds is that after all these protests are done, what next? This is due to the fact that the country is still fighting with the coronavirus pandemic. In most of the different protests across the country, many people have been seen not observing social distancing. Many of them are not been wearing masks, which according to health experts, this breeds and helps the spread of the coronavirus in a rapid speed.
The number of COVID-19 infections in the U.S. are nearing the grim milestone of 2 million, with over 100,000 deaths and over 730,000 recoveries. Health experts are now warning that the country could be on the verge of witnessing another spike in cases. This as riots and peaceful protests continue to spread across the country in response to the death of George Floyd. Social distancing during protests sparked by racial injustice has been next to impossible. Statistics from Johns Hopkins University show that California is one of the 20 states witnessing a spike in the numbers, with over 17,000 infections registered last week alone. Nearly 10,000 of those cases have come from LA County alone. Some protesters I spoke to tackling the virus of racial injustice is more important to them than flattening the COVID-19 curve.
This is something that's right to do, and I feel like if you're scared because of the coronavirus, I understand that. But for the ones that are out here, they want change and they want to see, this country be different.
So I think both things are important. Your health is important, but your heart is even more important. To have a heart that's open to everybody and not closed.
The director of Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, Dr. Barbara Farah, says there is already a spike in the number of deaths and infections. Farah also notes that the majority of people that are most affected are the minority community. These include Black Americans and Hispanics. This hasn't deterred people from these minority community from taking to the streets. Ironically, New York, which was the epicenter for the deadly virus, has now seen a drastic reduction in numbers. Only 42 deaths were reported on Thursday. This is the lowest daily death total in 8 weeks. The vast bulk of protesters are youth. The youth have been advised not to take to the streets as they could just endanger themselves, but also the elderly at their homes.
Attention, please step to me. I will coordinate somebody to help you.
It, however, looks like protests will enter a third working week. The protesters I spoke to say they intend on staying put until action is done.
So the protests have to spur action, and that's how long. Until the action is complete, that's how long the protests have to keep going.
It's really important to make change and to inspire other people.
I feel like if you have any reason to not be a part of the movement, and you have a problem within yourself.
Now, according to the different health experts here in Los Angeles, they have advised everyone that has been participating in the protests to go on and test for the coronavirus. Maurice Ochol, NTV, here in Los Angeles, California.